What is up, guys? We're here at demo day at Laurel Harley-Davidson, and I'm taking the Fat Bob out to see what it's all about. I feel like this bike is just kind of what I've come to expect out of all Harleys, which is
Perfect.
Alright, welcome back to Life of Birch. Ooh, that feels good. This is Birch, and this is a little last minute because I thought I was taking the Lowrider ST out. That was actually already taken, so now we are on the Fat Bob. I've always wanted to ride one of these, so I am freaking pumped. Alright, so this is your first time finding the channel. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, and also check out the playlist I have of all the other test rides that I've done. And it's also worth noting that typically when I do test rides, I don't really talk about specs too much because you can read all that on the internet. I just talk about how it feels. So we're just going to kind of talk about the feel of the bike and what I think of it. Thank you. Absolutely nice. I can't find neutral to save my freaking life, dude. There we go. You got to get it rolling a little bit. Isn't it wild? We got Mac over here on the Sportster S with mid controls. Should be interesting for him because he currently rides a 1980 something BMW K100 with over 100,000 miles on it. And we are off. Ooh, this thing feels really like oafy at low speeds. That was surprising. The other Harleys that I've ridden that are bigger have been like the Road Glide ST and stuff like that, and I was super impressed by like how nimble it is at low speeds. And this is the exact opposite, which is weird because I see people like doing bagger races on these and stuff, and obviously those are highly modified. But anywho, first impressions, the seat really locks you in. I don't know if this is the stock seat or an aftermarket seat, but I am like locked in there. It's super cushy. The bike feels more narrow than I thought it would, which is weird because it feels oafy. So like, how does it feel small but feel big at the same time?
That's what she said.
The forward controls aren't terrible, but so far I feel like I'd like my feet to be a little bit further out. Like they're in front of me, but they're kind of like hugging close to the bike, and the motor's a little warm, so not a huge complaint, and we'll see how that ends up. What's up, brother? Alright, super torquey, nice and linear power, it feels like. It's interesting how it has like the different degrees on the bars here, so you can see what like angle you have them at. You got that nice and kind of like mechanical clunky shift that Harleys are known for. Ooh, I got on it. It threw me back more than I was expecting. It has good power and it could be in my head, but it feels like it's like not quite as smooth as the Road Glide ST. At speed, it definitely, you know, you can throw it around a little bit more, but still not as nimble as I was expecting. I guess obviously that's due to the fat tires. So far, I don't hate it, but I'm not super in love with it. I thought I was gonna like it a lot more. So once again, you get the nice mix of analog and digital. Only complaint that I have is that the digital part is kind of hard to read. It's kind of dim, and then the numbers are small. That teeny little number right there is what gear you're in. So I mean, not exactly the most readable, but I like that it does have the mix of kind of old school and new school. I don't like that the forward controls, the pegs are so small. Like I want either floorboards or like some like MX style, bear trap style things that lock my feet in, because I just feel like the whole time I'm kind of like fighting to keep my feet on the foot pegs. Nice. Yeah, it definitely has some pull to it. A little bit of freight train action as you get on it. Alright, throw it around this turn right here. Definitely not as nimble around turns as I was hoping. But man, this seat is so freaking comfortable. I'm assuming this is a stock Harley seat, but I would kill to have a seat this comfortable on any of my bikes. Ooh, yo, Life of Birch C8. Are you kidding me? I need that. I need it in my life. This road is friggin' beautiful. Ooh, see, that's what we like to see, the twisty sign. Suspension ate that bump up like it was nothing. I feel like this bike is just kind of what I've come to expect out of all Harleys, which is, it's like a couch meets a freight train in the most mechanical way possible. Does that make sense? Throw it around this turn. Yeah, these demo days are fun, but I really wish sometimes that I could just take the bike and go out on my own for a couple hours to like really see what they're made of, to see if like, you know, is this bike actually lackluster, or is it just the riding style of the group that's kind of holding it back? These foot pegs are freaking driving me crazy though, man. This is terrible. Now, I'm not a forward control guy by any means, but it's not even the fact that it's forward controls that I'm complaining about. It's the foot pegs themselves are like, I don't know, so small and rinky-dink, and like my feet are sliding off of them, and we've only been riding for, I don't know, 10 minutes, if that, and my foot or my leg is already getting sore from having to like hold it on the peg. Alright. right, some nice get up and go, but I wish we had more room to get up and go. One of the things that I've noticed is that it seems like this bike is kind of the best of both worlds, in the sense that it seems like it's geared really long, so when you're on the highway it's not like wrung out, but then it still has a lot of power down low. So like we're cruising around at 35 or 40 and I'm only in third gear and it's not wrung out, but it still has enough torque to like pull you back in your seat. I like it.
Bad idea, bro.
Why, you want one?
I can buy one now.
He said, it's a bad idea, bro. I gotta buy one now. Yeah, going from a 1980 something to like the newest technology that Harley has will definitely make you realize how far technology has come. Why was that? Are we slowing down? What was that? Oh, this is the speed camera zone. Imagine being Harley and like setting up a demo day and then realizing that cops put a speed camera along your route. Oh, never mind. It's in front of a elementary school, so that's probably why. Keep the kids safe. I understand. Back to a little bit more about how the bike feels. The bars feel really, really nice. I feel like I like how wide they are, and they're not super high, but not super low. Normally on a Harley, I like them to be like kind of right here where my hands can just come straight out from my chest. But even with these not being the highest bars ever, I'm not getting any kind of pressure on my wrists or anything like that. No strain in my lower back or my upper back. And if it weren't for the fact that my feet are literally like struggling to stay on these little teeny tiny foot pegs, I would say the foot positioning is pretty good. They're forward controls, but they're not super far out in front of me, and it makes a lot more sense on this bike than like when I rode the Sportster S with the forward controls. That just didn't make any sense. Oh, yo, a Rebel. Look at that, a Rebel 300 in the same color as Nina's. Nice. Alright, brakes are pretty good. The downshift, damn, dude, the engine braking is pretty serious on this bike. The brakes are good, but honestly, you could just get away with just friggin' downshifting and doing some engine brake. Anyway, before I got distracted by the Rebel, I was gonna say that I'm like a lanky 5'10", and the foot position, aside from the little rinky-dink foot pegs, feels really good. Like, it's not too far forward, not too far back. I got some lanky legs, and they don't come up super high. They're like right at the tank, you know, they don't come above it or anything like that, so you can still grip the tank if you need to. So foot position itself is fine. It's just these freaking foot pegs have me holding on for dear life and like honestly cramping my upper legs a little bit. Oh, well, that's a buzzkill. We're already done. We never got to any spot where I could open this thing up and see what it was made of. So not really a full complete review, unfortunately. I really wish we had done more. I've never done a test ride at this dealer before, and it's not one of my favorite routes. At the one in Baltimore, I can freaking, there's like a straightaway where I can ring it out, where I friggin' power wheelied the Pan America. Oh my god. And here we never got above like 40 or 45, so I guess take it for what it is, you know? All right, so let's kind of like round out our thoughts here. Would I buy one? No. Could I see the draw to them? Yeah, for sure. It's a little bit oafy at low speeds for my liking. Doesn't really eat up the curves like I normally like out of a bike. The seat is super, super comfortable though. If you did some different foot pegs on the front, I could see it being good for some comfy highway touring and stuff like that. But as I sit here and struggle to find freaking neutral, dude. All right, so the next person will just have to get it in first gear. Sorry about that. All right, so can I see the draw of these things? Yeah, sure. They look badass. They're probably really comfortable to take, you know, on longer trips and stuff like that. Is it my cup of tea? Definitely not. I was expecting something a little bit more nimble, which I guess might be silly because of the big beefy tires, but I was hoping for something more nimble, more flickable. Wish that I had had a chance to open it up and really see what it was made of, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I would try it again. It's just not for me, I guess. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon. Thank you so much to all my Patreon members for making all this possible. And I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace.
Oh, so basic. Hope you play this. Damn, I prayed it. Nice song, and I became this. Oh, souls fake it. Paid those placements. Fuck shit. And I'm still waiting on the brighter days. Been a minute, been rough many times more. And I'm kicking rocks to a sky of gray. Praying hard, talk to me before I'm done for.